They're hurt, right?
A lot.
Isn't it a nice home?
Yeah, it's nice and cozy.
Can I call you Ginny?
Yes, please.
Because I guess it's a bit difficult for me to pronounce your whole name. I guess it's difficult for everybody. Can you say that for us?
Georginio Wijnaldum.
Okay, that's too difficult. Wijnaldum. No, I could make it, but I do prefer Ginny.
Ginny's easier.
What is the first thing you do when you get home?
Well, it depends. If I'm really tired, I normally go to my couch and lay down for a little bit to reboot a little bit. But it depends.
When the kids are
when
home.
the kids are home, it's difficult to do it. So you have to entertain them. But that's also nice. So it depends if I'm alone or if I'm with my children or when family visit my house. Then you entertain them. So it depends always on the situation.
We're gonna have a look. We're gonna have a look at a bit of football. If you wanna comment the images with us. Remember that day?
Yeah, it was my first game with Buddy. It was in Israel, the Super Cup.
Do you enjoy watching the games? Do you enjoy watching what you...
Well, I enjoy watching players, never myself, I would just say. But sometimes you just watch moments in the game to see what you can do better, or what you did good and what you have to do more.
Yeah, but that would be what you do at work when you're at home.
At home also, sometimes you just look
really?
at situations, chances that you create, or maybe a chance that you miss, what you have to do better. So I always trying to improve and look at my game, but I prefer to look at other players.
No, I understand that. You're definitely a sports person. How did you come into football? I mean, that was not your first sport, right?
No, it was not my first sport. I came in football because my family loves football, and football is the biggest sport among the young children.
What were you doing before football?
I like gymnastics a lot, but my grandma said it was too dangerous to do it, so I was not allowed to do it. I cannot say that I was great with it because I didn't have the chance to practice, but I liked it a lot.
So then football.
Yeah, and then was football, because what I just said, my family loved football, and when I went outside my house, everyone was playing football on the street. So with my friends, if you want to play with them, you had to play football. So I started to play football.
Do you still practice other sports?
Well, not really. We barely have time to do it. I have to say, that a lot of footballers, especially in England where I play golf, but I'm not really good with that. And I'm not really interested in golf.
Yeah, I guess that's the point. If you're not interested, then you won't be good.
So I like to play basketball, but I barely have time. So my hobbies lately, I try to make pictures of my family.
We have one of these pictures in the house, in this house of you watching, of you taking pictures.
Yeah, there was of a photographer, 𝗕𝗿𝗲, who take most of my pictures. And
it's a beautiful picture.
Well, I took one of him, so.
And well, I guess when you're in Paris, it's
easy. It's easy because you have so many beautiful places in Paris to make pictures. The only thing is we barely have time.
Of course.
To do it, so that makes it a little bit difficult. But when I have time and there is someone from who I can take a picture, I would love to do it. I'm always searching for models. So.
Yeah, but you have beautiful children, so I guess that was the first model.
They are my models always. sometimes my girlfriend have to tell me like leave them alone. They don't want to be, they
We
don't want to
know
make
they're
pictures. Yeah.
beautiful.
So yeah, I'm always happy when I'm with my children, so I can make pictures of them.
Well, I'm looking at the images now during this interview, and you're always smiling, but the smile gets, I would say, bigger when you're talking about your family. How
Yeah.
important are they for you?
Yeah, really important. I think for everyone, family is an important part of their life, and well, especially for me because I came out of a family who was really close since I was young. So I have also a lot of family. Family is quite big. So and I grew up with family, so it's really important for me, and also because it gives me a lot of joy.
And we can see pictures of your grandma.
Yeah.
Tell us about her.
Yeah, it's a really special person for me. I think my grandma is the same like what the mother is for a lot of people. Because since I was young, since I was born, when my mother went to work, my grandma always took care of me, and she was babysitting me. And when my mother decided to move from Rotterdam to Amsterdam, I asked my mother if I could stay with my grandma, what she didn't like in the beginning. But when I asked my grandma, she said it was a good idea. And she asked my mother if I could stay with her. So it was difficult because my mother wanted to take me to Amsterdam.
Of course.
But because she loves me also as her child, and she wanted to have a child with her. But yeah, at the end, I think till my 19th, I live with my grandma, so she's a really important part of my life.
Allow me to say that there is so much love in the picture, in the way you look at her.
Yeah, yeah, I think that shows how much I love her. But it's also because we've been through a lot of things during the years, and you know, we had good moments and difficult moments, but we always went through it together. So yeah, it's nice.
How is life in Paris for you and your family? Do your children already speak a bit of French?
Well, a little bit, not so much.
It must have been difficult. I mean, your older daughter is, I mean, she's pretty old, and to move from an English-speaking country to French-speaking country, maybe it was
well,
a bit of a shock.
No. For my daughters, they live in Holland with their mother, so I'm here with my sons.
Okay.
But you know, my daughter, she was really eager to learn to speak English, so that she speaks quite good right now.
Mhm.
And now she said that she wants to learn French. But I have to say, I also have lessons. French is quite difficult,
It's definitely very difficult.
especially for I think Dutch-speaking people, because it's not the same how you say things. So
in the way you put the sentence.
yeah, the sentences are not the same. I think when you do Spanish and French, or French to
Mhm.
Spanish, is easier because the sentences are almost the same. So well, for me it's quite difficult, really difficult to learn, but you know, I put a lot of time in it.
Since your English is perfect, we don't mind.
No, yeah, but you know, I want to speak French because you know, I live in a country where they speak French, and you know, you want to settle down really quick.
And you also have a special way to say hi.
With my daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one. She was, you know, my daughter loves TikTok, so she always wanted to make videos and do things, but she was telling me that she wanted to do a handshake, and I was like, okay, you know, let's make one, and yeah, that was the one that we make.
You've played absolutely at every position on the pitch, well, except goalkeeper. Does it help you understand better the game, and does it give us a clue about the person you are. Very adaptable.
Well, I can adapt in most of the positions. I have to say that is not easy because my
That's a
position.
huge quality.
Well, it is, but it's not that
also, yeah.
it's not that I'm on every position the same player. So you know,
Not as good as you are in your position.
Yeah, I used to play on the midfield, and that's my best position. In my opinion, I'm made to be a midfielder or to play on the midfield. But
Pretty good at it.
Well, I do my best, but
Yeah.
I'm not so good as a right winger who plays on the right side, for example.
To go back to your more personal life, you have some strong social positions. You're not afraid of defending them publicly. I think mainly about campaigns against racism, and you also defended the position of women in the society. It's pretty important for you. I mean, you stand up to defend those.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes I'm disappointed in the way how it goes in the world because you know the people who are or a sporter or a higher position in a company or a celebrity has a bigger voice than people who are actually deal with the situation. So sometimes when I think about it, I think it's quite sad that people will only listen to people who in their opinion have a voice. But at the other side, I also think that it's important that the people who has a voice for other people speak out about the problems that are in the world. And it's not always easy because everyone look problems a different way. So for some people you're right, for some people you're not right. But you know, I think in this case you have to stay close to yourself and think a lot before you say things and say the right things on the right moment.
To finish, just if you can tell us what you think is your main achievement in life, not only in football.
My main achievement in life, well, nowadays I think about you know, trying to enjoy as much as I can from my children, from the situations where I'm in, from the club for what I'm playing, the life that I'm living, and trying to give everything I can with what I do. So it's quite simple. It looks quite simple what I say, but it's not always that easy because you don't enjoy everything that happens to you in life, and sometimes you go to difficult situations, but you still have to give everything, and that's not always easy in certain situations. So what I'm, well, now and I think already for a few years, I think it starts after my injury at my back, that I just trying to enjoy as much as possible and give everything I have, and trying to help people out who need it.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to ask you a last thing. Please keep on smiling. You bring sunshine to the city. Thank you so much.
I will try. You're welcome.